Shattered success. Why Black excellence demands the courage to abandon the straight path. Thank you all for being here today. I'm deeply honored to stand before you to share insights that have fundamentally transformed my understanding of professional growth and success, particularly for Black professionals navigating a world that wasn't designed for their advancement. These powerful revelations come from my recent profound conversation with Charron Alexander, a visionary researcher and advocate whose work has been quietly revolutionizing how we understand Black excellence in leadership development. Charron doesn't just study success, she excavates beneath the polished surfaces of achievement to reveal the messy, beautiful truth of how Black professionals actually rise. Her groundbreaking research has created healing pathways for thousands who felt their nonlinear journeys somehow made them inadequate. She stands as a beacon for those seeking authentic leadership models that honor the full complexity of Black professional experiences. We've all been fed the same intoxicating narrative about success, haven't we? The overnight sensation, the meteoric rise, the perfectly executed 5-year plan that unfolds without deviation. These stories saturate our culture, filling our social media feeds, business magazines, and graduation speeches with seductive tales of straight line trajectories from humble beginnings to extraordinary achievements. But today I'm here to shatter that myth, to challenge the toxic linear narrative that has left so many brilliant Black professionals feeling like failures when their paths zigzag instead of shooting straight upward. The truth, the path to meaningful leadership and lasting influence is rarely, if ever, linear. And this reality is exponentially more pronounced for Black professionals and entrepreneurs who must navigate additional barriers, biases, and complexities at every turn. Think about the most impactful leaders you know. Did they follow a straight line? Did they execute a perfect plan without deviation? Did success arrive precisely when and how they expected? I doubt it. The reality, the truth that Charron Alexander's research illuminates with such clarity is that transformative impact emerges not from perfect execution, but from something far more powerful: resilience in the face of setbacks, adaptability when confronted with unexpected challenges, and the courage to embrace opportunities that initially appear to be detours from your real path. This insight fundamentally contradicts everything we're taught about career planning, doesn't it? We're told to set clear goals, create detailed roadmaps, and follow predetermined paths to success. We internalize the belief that deviations signal failure rather than potential for growth. But what if the most transformative opportunities in your career come disguised as detours? What if your greatest contributions emerge not from your carefully laid plans, but from how you respond when those plans inevitably collapse? Let me share 3 powerful stories from Sharon's research that illuminate this principle in action. Stories that might forever change how you view your own professional journey. Meet David Sharon, appointed CFO at Quarterhill during a critical turnaround phase. This wasn't just any company struggling. Quarterhill was a tech firm facing stagnation after multiple acquisitions needed integration. Their financial strategies required complete overhaul to support new growth objectives. Many executives would have played it safe, implementing incremental changes while minimizing risk. Not David. He leveraged his extensive M&A experience, including 5 successful integrations at Red Knee, to completely reimagine the company's financial architecture. He secured an astonishing $240 million in financing for strategic initiatives when others said it couldn't be done. The result, under his financial leadership, the company entered what industry analysts called the late innings of its turnaround with renewed momentum towards sustainable growth. But here's what makes David's story so powerful. This was an overnight success. It was the culmination of expertise built across 15 years in CFO positions at companies like Maripost Inc., Tiny Limited, and Terrago Networks Inc. What might look like a winding path on a resume, moving between different companies, navigating various challenges, created the precise expertise needed for this pivotal leadership moment. David's journey demonstrates how Black leaders can drive transformation through resilience and strategic vision in high stakes environments. But more importantly, it reveals how a career built across multiple experiences, what might look like inconsistency to some, created the unique perspective that made breakthrough innovation possible. Now let's shift to healthcare with Dr. Kevin Charron, an orthopedic surgeon with over 20 years of experience serving diverse communities through specialized care in Georgia hospitals. When the pandemic erupted, Dr. Charron faced what seemed like an impossible situation: overwhelming patient volumes with complex shoulder and upper arm cases while simultaneously adapting to the sudden demand for telehealth services. Many physicians were paralyzed by these challenges. Dr. Charron transformed them into catalysts for innovation. He implemented advanced surgical techniques alongside expanding telehealth services, creating a hybrid model that improved access without compromising quality care. The outcomes speak volumes. Maintained outstanding patient satisfaction scores during healthcare's most challenging period, dramatically improved community access via remote consultations, and recognition by top hospitals for clinical excellence during crisis. After graduating from the University of Texas Medical Branch in 2001, Dr. Charron consistently sought innovation within orthopedic surgery while mentoring emerging practitioners. His accomplishments extend beyond personal achievement. He's expanded service reach through telemedicine, maintained exceptional standards, and mentored the next generation of surgeons. What's remarkable about Dr. Charron's journey is how he transformed potential career ending setbacks into opportunities for groundbreaking innovation. The pandemic could have been viewed solely as a crisis, but instead it became the catalyst for reimagining healthcare delivery in ways that will benefit communities for decades to come. Our third story brings us to Dr. Jennifer Charron, a family medicine physician delivering primary care across diverse populations in Kennewick, Washington. Dr. Jennifer faced a challenge that would have defeated many: balancing individualized patient needs against systemic barriers such as healthcare accessibility and costs amid skyrocketing demand post pandemic. Her approach wasn't just adaptive, it was revolutionary. She adopted telehealth platforms long before they became mainstream, provided affordable prescriptions via discount programs when others claimed it wasn't feasible, and emphasized education during visits when others were rushing patients through. These efforts earned her the Outstanding Patient Experience Award, expanded care delivery options for vulnerable populations, and increased trust among historically underserved communities. After graduating from Ross University School of Medicine in 2005, Dr. Jennifer dedicated her career to bridging gaps between hospital systems and community clinics. Her accomplishments include pioneering local telemedicine adoption, improving prescription affordability, and earning recognition from both patients and institutions. Dr. Jennifer's story provides a powerful model for culturally competent healthcare delivery led by Black female physicians, empowering future generations through her example. Her journey highlights practical strategies for overcoming barriers faced by marginalized professionals. These three powerful stories reveal a common thread, a pattern that Charron Alexander's research has identified across successful Black professionals: the ability to transform apparent obstacles into distinctive advantages, to alchemize challenge into opportunity. This brings me to the first key insight from my conversation with Charron. Resilience fuels transformation. True growth in your career or business often emerges not from comfort, but from challenge. Embracing setbacks as learning laboratories, not just surviving them, but extracting their lessons, positions you for leadership roles that would otherwise remain inaccessible. Think about it. In each story, these professionals encountered significant obstacles. David faced a company in financial disarray. Dr. Kevin navigated a pandemic that transformed healthcare delivery overnight. Dr. Jennifer confronted systemic barriers to healthcare access. None of these situations were ideal. None were part of a perfect plan. Yet each became the crucible for innovation, growth, and ultimately transformative impact. The second insight is equally powerful: leverage diverse experiences. Building a broad range of skills across different sectors creates unique advantages that specialized paths simply cannot provide. David's experience across multiple companies gave him the precise toolkit needed for Quarter Hill's transformation. Dr. Kevin's surgical expertise, combined with his willingness to embrace telehealth, created a hybrid model that served more patients effectively. Dr. Jennifer's understanding of both hospital systems and community needs allowed her to bridge critical gaps in care. The third insight completes this powerful framework. Strategic networking transcends traditional barriers. Surrounding yourself with mentors, allies, and diverse teams accelerates both personal development and organizational transformation. In each story, these professionals didn't achieve their impact in isolation. They built relationships, mentored others, collaborated across disciplines, and created networks that amplified their effectiveness. This is particularly crucial for Black professionals who often face additional barriers to traditional networking opportunities. I want to be crystal clear about something. Recognizing the nonlinear nature of professional growth doesn't mean abandoning goals or strategic thinking. It means approaching your career with both direction and flexibility, having a destination in mind while remaining open to unexpected paths that might take you there more effectively. This perspective shift isn't just liberating, it's revolutionary. Instead of seeing detours as failures, you recognize them as potential breakthroughs. Instead of measuring your progress against an idealized straight line trajectory, you appreciate the unique value of your particular path with all its twists and turns. For Black professionals and entrepreneurs especially, this reframing is essential. The traditional narrative of success rarely accounts for the additional barriers, biases, and complexities that must be navigated. Charron Alexander's research shows that the most successful Black leaders don't just overcome these challenges, they transform them into distinctive strengths and perspectives that ultimately enhance their leadership. So, where does this leave us? How do we apply these insights to our own professional journeys? First, we must radically redefine success. Success isn't following a predetermined path without deviation. Success is building the resilience, adaptability, and diverse skill set that allows you to create impact regardless of the path. Second, we must transform our relationship with challenges. Every obstacle, every setback, every unexpected turn contains within it the seeds of future growth, if we're willing to learn from it rather than merely survive it. Finally, we must recognize the unique value of our individual journeys. The specific combination of experiences, challenges, and perspectives you've accumulated isn't a deviation from some idealized path. It's the source of your most powerful contribution to the world. I leave you with this challenge. Look at the most difficult aspect of your professional journey right now, the challenge that feels most like a detour from your real path. What if that very challenge contains the seed of your greatest contribution? What if years from now you look back and recognize this moment not as a deviation, but as the critical turning point that made everything else possible? The path to transformative leadership isn't about avoiding detours. It's about having the courage to recognize that sometimes what looks like a detour is actually the path itself. Thank you.